and welcome to the Memory Arcade. Oh god, that's needlessly... That's a needlessly loud attract mode. Yeah, so, we're back. More Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And, if you remember this tune from when it was actually on TV regularly, yeah, well, you might not actually be that old because they kind of reused it. At least for the 2012 show. Anyway, yeah, we're playing the original arcade game from '89, and depending on the time, also gonna take a look at the NES adaptation of that game, and also the direct follow-up to that adaptation on the NES, the Manhattan Project. Also, if we're past like 2 hours before even getting to the Manhattan Project, I'll just that one up. Maybe in combination with Rescue Palooza, which is in turn based on Manhattan Project. Or blue background lady was on. I mean, the all blue background he may have briefly seen before going to the footage of the game. That's just my setup. Because that shade of blue is kind of what I've built my quote-unquote corporate identity around. Anyway, it seems that we can only pick Leo if we are on the player 1 slot. So let's throw in an absurd amount of coins and get in there.
Hang on, April.
Oh, they're milking the fact that they can use the song quite a bit. I also appreciate that Mikey took a spill there. Yeah, so this is what came before Turtles in Time. And as you can see, the sprite work is not as elaborate. But the game definitely gets the most out of the fact that, hey, remember when consoles couldn't even attempt this kind of color fidelity, let alone sprite work? Oh, like regular blue, as in Power Shell. Yeah, that's certainly something. They don't have a nice apartment. Notice the bong on the little stand there on the way to the kitchen. Okay, I lost the emulator here just to highlight something. These little things, like these digging things, were a thing on the show. Like the Technodrome was deep underground in New York, and they... Yes, cat. I'm aware of your presence. And they would always use these little drilling machines to get up. But we are clearly several stories up. So I just adore the dogged determination with which Rocksteady just drilled upwards through many levels of this building just to get to the intended destination. Yes. Cat. Come here. That's what happens when you hit a graphic meter. It just goes. But it's not affected by nearby dynamite sticks going on. I like how the series was, the video game series specifically, just honed in on the idea that soldiers giving them different colors to denote that they could do different things to attack you. As far as I remember, this was not something on the show, and it's just a little bit of smart thinking on the development team's part here. Heals turtles. Okay, yeah, back in 89 that was... Wow, did I just lose points? I don't know. Oh shit! Vertical sections, that's something... As you can see, I'm way more familiar with Turtle than Time than I am with the original arcade game. It does have some tricks up its sleeve that I didn't really go back to. Motherfuckers. Look how all out they went on decorating this. This whole thing. Oh yeah, for 1989, this is state of the art. Love those non-dodgeable multi-hits. I mean, this is a quarter muncher, so, and we have unlimited coins, so that's fine. But in terms of the whole, with multiple layers. That mean we can fuck. Oh, okay, okay. I guess we can fuck with them a little. They're in that. Unusually large rodents, huh? And mousers. Not sure why I'm always so happy to see the little bastards. But, yeah. Dexter Stockman's greatest creation, as in something that didn't entirely suck. A lot of gotcha moments in this one. You think? Wow. I was just badly sunlocked there. Also, how would the turtles ever make the sewers their home if there was such non-zero chance of random sewage water rockets? Maybe they also just put the rockets there to discourage shenanigans with switching between the two layers. I mean, pizza. Oh, because of the purple. Oh, it's Dexter. Okay, so I'm not 100% positive if Baxter was a black guy in the original Mirage comic, but I think so. So they just straight up whitewashed that guy for the original animation.
Come and get 'em, Delrain.
Well, I was kind of hoping for this drum to have a different effect on the overall situation. Okay. Now, was the driver part of the Foot Clan, or just a guy who saw three ninja robots coming up behind him with guns and was like, nope, I'm out of here, I'm running over this weirdly costumed teenager? Worth it. Oh, hey! Are they just gonna come out and rumble? Yeah, the two of them. Oh yeah. Wow. There's more details to there's more facial detail to background characters in Monkey Island. To encourage slow driving would be the Captain Obvious answer, but yeah, no, you're right. I think this is supposed to be a parking lot, but even there that sign makes little sense. I wonder if the game scales at all with, like, multiple characters in play. Like, multiple turtles. Or if 4 people can just completely wreck everyone's shit. Also, could they not make physical affection a transactional thing here? Okay, those foot ninjas live their best lives. I hope they don't even stop. I hope they just keep going and settle down somewhere in... What? Same with those guys. Yeah, why be the up-team guy to get completely wrecked by the turtles? Also, you can really see how they were pushing whatever hardware ran this particular arcade game, because the detail of the level has taken, I don't want to say it's taken a hit, but they've scaled it back significantly just so they can move these big ass car sprites and everything. They run one little wheel. Gotta move that merchandise. I think there was a part like that. Unless there were other conversations like this when it came to birth like that in between kids and their parents. Is that a gun up front there? Oh no, Mom, this just sprays mutagen and turns your body into something different unless you get a very specific antidote for the rest of otherwise you might be considered a freak for the rest of your life. Oh, well then, as long as it's not a gun. But why? It's even in the background, completely wrecked. Why? Who let Michelangelo dry? Good enough. I appreciate how you don't on Rocksteady got that slow build in this one. First you would fight one of them, then the other, then they team up. For a shell. Wait to give a new enemy an entrance. Are those in the show? They were probably like the subject of one episode. A oddly powered rock soldier? We have a flamethrower. And a stun lock on its flamethrower, so that's cool. I wonder if they messed this up like this. If this is supposed to be a rock soldier, it could be something else. It was a big franchise. But the thing is, the colors actually look more correct when you hit it. on. This guy really wants those quarters. And everybody dies because that... Oh, it was supposed to be a rock soldier. Oh.
Thank you, my turtles.
But we found it already. They say it so nicely. I have to imagine the same composer worked on both arcade games, because you can see a lot of musical ideas that also wound up in Turtles in Time, and you know, not just the Turtles jingle. Not a gotcha. Damn you fuckers are good. Okay, in '89 this would have completely blown my mind, and I keep resenting the fact that there was not a real arcade scene in Germany back in the day. Oh, platform, it moves diagonally. Yes, yes, that's nice. Motherfucker. Wait, are we just... I mean, okay, this looks more like a proper soldier, isn't it? Sure, keep pushing me into the thing. I'm pretty sure he's supposed to say crush the turtles, but the way the voice line is compressed, we could interpret all sorts of wording into that. I'm not the only one hearing that, right?
turtle.
I think this boss could have been much more interesting if it didn't have that crota munching reflex of just hitting, like swiping at you. Aww. He looks so delighted. Love how little. They didn't have to do this, but the way his little arms emote, it's just. No, I just straight up, like I know that would never be what they put in, but to me it just straight up sounded like "fuck the turtles." Anyway, Frank's expressions are pure gold. Dude. Krang is kind of a work of art in the original, on the original show, in the sense that making a little guy like that completely gross and reprehensible is probably harder than it should be. Without, you know, just making him straight up too scary for kids' TV. And the way they animated his mouth and the way he was voiced and always seemed to be like kind of slobbering and all that, just really did the trick. But you know, on occasion they could still you know, I don't know if he ever scampered away just on his little tentacles. Like this little see what I mean? Just a complete asshole. Oh hi. Oh shit. Turtles in Time makes a lot more sense. Wow. Like, makes a lot more sense in the context of this game. Shit, we even get to take off his helmet. Because it seemed to skip over a bunch of stuff, like, why did we never fight Shredder like this? Why did we never fight Bebop and Rocksteady in their classic get-ups? Or Krang in his classic little robot. And yeah, because we already did in this one. The animation of us turning back into a turtle is also really good. Like that in between stage where the gear is gone and Leo's just a little smaller. Okay. I just wanted to make sure that the thing on the wall wasn't like a hologram projector that I actually need to destroy or something. Oh. So do I now have to focus on... No. Oh, I think he's done duplicating himself. Ah, no more quarters, Mr. Saki, huh? This might already be it. Yep. Break the foots, mangle the mouses, and total the Technodrome. That's turtle power. But what about the Shredder and Krang? Burn to toast, vaporize to milkshake? That's milkshake is not a vapor. Or escape to Dimension X. Until we know, none of us can sleep safely in our beds. Shells. Yeah, I mean it's an arcade game. Obviously, it's a shorter jaunt. Yeah, we have more to play today. This was lovely. This was... I guess I always kind of looked at the arcade game through the lens of the NES game, and then also in comparison to Turtles in Time was like, but this one had a lot going on. The bosses could have used a little more finesse, I wanna say. Do the turtles sleep huddled inside their shells? Normally they really don't, that's the thing. Like they will very rarely even retract their heads. And I'm not sure if it's canon that they can retract like everything the way a turtle can. Anyway, I'll take a short break, switch games, and then we'll be back with the NES adaptation of this. Okay, one more time for the song. There we go. See you in a bit. we're back. Yeah, more turtles. Turtles all the way down. This adaptation of the arcade game. They named it Turtles 2 because it came after the Turtles game we played last session. And let's pick someone else. Let's go with Mikey. This is actually fairly close, including Mikey being the one who falls down. Even has his color scheme. What always strikes me as odd about this game and its successor is that in default, the turtles just look at you with this slightly vacant expression. Yeah, it's like, oh wow, with Pizza Hut tie-in. Damn. Usually it feels like going from the GameCube to the GBA. Yeah, but also not entirely like a bad thing. I'm sure this is less advanced, and I guess my preference when it comes to retro stuff is that I prefer a 16-bit aesthetic over an 8-bit color palette, and you know, sprite work was possible back in the day. Still fairly functional. What really took a hit is the animation. Like the attack animations. For the turtles. I don't even think they differ much from each other, although I'm not sure how much diversity in attack animation there even was before Turtles in Time. It remains a good animation, but I was low-key hoping that the bright budget just couldn't account for the rope, because that attack is just really stops you in your tracks. Somehow they managed to lower the detail on April's face. But it's actually a touch more believable. Yeah, April's face and the previous one was just a weird lapse in judgment. Wow, Shredder looks badass in this. Given how just joyful, like what an absolute joy Crank's facial animation was. Oh. Really, also just really leaning into the whole when in doubt, make Shredder creepier than he was on the show. Because they toned him down quite a bit from any other incarnation. Not sure if I mentioned this, but I think the canonically last thing to happen with the 2003 animated series is the crossover with the original 80s show, you know, by way of multiverse shenanigans. So a little more, I don't want to say grimdark, maybe a little more mature turtles meet their goofball alter egos from way back when, and then Shredder, like OG Shredder and Krang, also meet the 2003 incarnation of Shredder, and they're just horrified at just how fucking real he gets. Yeah, doesn't he? I'm not sure if you're guessing or telling me, but I think you're right. He's just, no, those dudes are great. Finally someone on my level. Yeah. And it also makes a lot of sense because Krang as a character was not a thing on the 2003 show, so neither was the Technodrome. And the definitely more grimdark Shredder getting his hands on that kind of technology was a spooky ass proposition. Yeah, no, Turtles Forever, as the movie was called, was like a direct DVD thing, but nice animation and the crossover just really works. I think even the black and white original comic book Mirage Turtles make an appearance, and they're even darker. I'm not sure if they just straight up say, "Oh yeah, no, we killed our Shredder." Yeah. What a bunch of fucking hookups. In fairness to 2003, Turtles really tried. Like, at some point, Leonardo's like, yeah, no, we're, I'm gonna duel him to the death, and whoever stands, you know. But he gets better. So far, I wanna say this is a boring adaptation. I'm enjoying my time playing, and, you know, telling about the franchise. So far, I'm just surprised how much they kept. Like, so far they just kind of kept everything. They just, quote-unquote downgraded the graphics a bunch, but not to any degree where it compromises the experience. And I could totally see this being a low-key system seller. Like, to me, Super Nintendo version of Turtles in Time was definitely up there as in, wow, this looks great, this looks almost like the cartoon, like, I want this. But imagine you've played this in the arcade, and then you see an ad for having this at home. And sure, it doesn't look as great as the arcade game, but it's functionally similar. Yeah, the game is also... It still has... Some of the bosses still have these... Oh, no, you're done. Hits, where you're just standing in front of them and then you're getting a hit. But I think they made some effort to... gear this a little more towards being survivable on a handful of lives and continuous. We are playing with an infinite lives cheat. I'm not sure how often we have quote-unquote died yet, but certainly not as much as in the original. Yeah, they actually look really cool. And also, the rockets in the water are also on play. And these spikes, or whatever they're now supposed to be, that environmental hazard on the left, it's as minimal as you can get, but it's there. You know, functionally, it's a really they really seemed intent to preserve everything about the original that they could. Oh yeah, in the sense that these could actually just be a gate. That is open and closed by some foot soldier. Special colored mousers, but still a whole bunch of mousers on screen at the same time. Yeah, also, Baxter Stockman was just always this really, really sad, pathetic guy who, while brilliant, was also just completely forced into indentured service for Shredder. Who's kind of like, yeah, there's two ways you can leave this operation, but one of them is in a coffin. And the other one we're done defeating the turtles, maybe. Very, very put upon guy, and the fact that he just then went completely Jeff Goldblum and turned into a fly monster was just the icing on the cake. And I think it also happened just the way... Like, didn't it also happen with a teleporter accident rather than just using the ooze? Oh, I think it... I remember, because I think that was one of the episodes I had on VHS. Those, like, 3 or 4 episodes on a tape kind of deals. I had a couple of those. I think he had fucked up one time too many. Oh wow, there he is. Okay, this is very different. Maybe they couldn't swing the highway scene with big cars and everything. So, Central Park in winter. Go. The way I remember it is that Krang is like, yeah, I'm gonna... Okay, they could swing really big vehicles. Just made different ones. And, oh, that's cool. Like he had fucked up one time too many, and Krang was like, yeah, I'm gonna put you into my disintegrator machine. You know, instead of just straight up shooting him or whatever. And there was a fly in there. So instead of disintegration, it did what it did. Aww. Look at the little NES not being able to do all the colors at once. But I'm pretty sure the foot soldiers... Oh wait, oh. Never mind. For a second there I thought the purple ones were now blue on account of Pallet's limitation. Also wouldn't mind if this game, if it makes more changes to the arcade game, doesn't have like two rock soldier dudes as back-to-back bosses. That was honestly the weakest part of the original. Curious if this game came with like a limited time Pizza Hut coupon. What a cute. Huh. Some... I must say another rat or mouse mutant, just not Splinter. I'm sure I saw this guy on the shelves as an action figure at some point. I like that you can interrupt this animation there. If there's any way to actually, you know, not get hit by these standard punches. Oof. Oh, it was a weather machine. Seems like a very Mikey line. Got one this time. Very selective blast radius there. Okay, the animation looked kind of like ass, but I'm impressed that they pulled it off. To, yeah, move anything of that size. And another one. One of these days I'll get more than two, maybe. Look at us! Serving up a new boss. Probably because Bebop and Rocksteady together would have been too much to render. Baxter, did you just attack me with a fly swatter? Oh, not kidding, huh? I could have sworn I'd seen an action figure for that. I mean, that would not... Only appearing in the games would not preclude a character to get a toy. Of course not, but... Also, I gotta say, as tame as the show was, stuff like Dexter Stockman's flight transformation, wouldn't call it nightmare fuel, but a certain degree of body horror is certainly in there. Especially with the gnarly extra arms that spawn from the back. The toy was also just really... just really nasty. Oh, okay. Wait, did doing the highway level now, huh? So are we gonna get Cadillacs and foot soldiers? Yep. I'll try. Oh, thank God. Oh, these straight up keep their spears, huh? Actually really impressed how much they kept. Like, so far it's still like, I thought the ice level was like a replacement, but I guess it's just a bonus, and yeah, the gang's all here. building the auto-scroller, which in fairness is not really an auto-scroller. It's, I mean, the way you can move on your little rocket-propelled skateboard is not functionally the same as running back and forth. Still baffling. Aw. Splinter's little paws as the mouses drag him away. Speaking of mastered body horror in Turtles properties, because why not? I think in the 2012 cartoon, you know, for kids, I think whenever Baxter Stockman fucks up, it is heavily implied that, I mean, not just implied, it's just not shown on screen, that he loses a body part by order of Shredder. Was that in 2003? May have been the 2003 one. Like, first he has an eye patch, I think at some point he's missing an arm or whatever. At some point he's just a floating head. And I think his big thing later on is to get a really bitchin' robot body. And I think he even does the smart thing where what remains of him, if he hasn't digitized his mind by then, is stored safely in the chest piece. Not like Krang though, like not visibly. And there's just this little holographic projector at the top on a neck piece to show his head. Oh, these weren't in the arcade game, were they? But yeah, the implication that your host employer just keeps packing of parts. Yeah, kind of like that. By the way, what was up? It's been a million years, I feel, since I watched Tanker. What was up with the hologram head thing? Like, how did that person still live? Yeah. So did these actually become regular enemies later on in the game? Or really just show up for this little set piece? Because to me, this really felt like, oh yeah, they would. That's how they would introduce a new, really annoying enemy. But I don't think beyond this screen, there were any more of them in the arcade game. Yeah. Also, bless Malcolm McDowell for never being too good for a part. And basically elevating almost everything he's been in. Always chewing scenery. Caligula is basically unwatchable, but he somehow even makes this a little better. Also, for those unfamiliar with the movie, big NSFW warning regarding that movie. I always inch my way up the screen to avoid that. Slap. I have no idea what this is supposed to be, but I could imagine that since Shredder and Krang were always trying to kind of one-up each other, like we could come up with the most effective death machine to try and get the turtles. And Shredder's ability, weirdly, I mean mostly because of TV censorship, was robotics. Like the fact that the foot soldiers are just these mass-produced robots is just so the turtles could kick ass in an 80s TV landscape. And I could totally see there being an episode where he tries to create a robot rock soldier. The rock soldiers are Frank's Dimension X originating army, and Shredder being like, yeah, but what about a mechanical rock soldier? How about that? You ever think of that, you stupid brain in a jar? Yeah, we see. Excuse me. Damn it, enemies ninja magic. Oh, I kind of figured we would get another. We would get another bonus level. Like this seems like the kind of thing, like 2 brand new levels. Yeah, I was about to say, like, yeah, no, shading looks good. And then you got down and it was like, oh, good shading gone. Just an object lesson on how to render a skyline convincingly with absolutely minimal pixels. This looks really good. Yeah. Like, not just minimalism in terms of how many pixels are, or how complex shape is allowed to be, but also on the colors, that's right. So E3 was straight up cancelled, wasn't it? Yeah. Game, please. Have a heart. Oh damn. Where's Mikey? He got mauled by a tiger. Oh, you mean he got beat up real bad by a tiger-themed mutant? No, an actual tiger. The shell only did so much. I know this is supposed to be kind of a set piece, but yeah. Given that it's probably gonna spawn another one just a few inches further down. Yep. There we go again. Speedrunners hate. So my question on E3 being cancelled. I was wondering if this is still gonna be like a concerted effort by the game industry to push out a few keynote-like presentations and a whole bunch of announcements sometime this summer. Mostly because I wouldn't mind getting a... When I say I wouldn't mind getting a Nintendo Direct, but I'm honestly a little lukewarm on Nintendo right now. Not as in, oh, they can kick rocks forever and ever, but the anti-union shit is not cool, and the two-class treatment of red and blue employees, look it up if you're not aware. It's just ew. Just that's the kind of stuff that people wind up in therapy for. If excessive hours won't do the trick. And yeah, that being said, I wouldn't mind announcements regarding upcoming games, including when Shredder's Revenge launches. And that's probably a game that I will be getting unless Digital Foundry tells me it runs like complete ass on the Switch. That I'll probably still get on the Nintendo console, simply because if I ever gonna bust out a Switch and hand someone else one of the Joy-Cons and be like, you and me, we're gonna co-op this shit, it's gonna be that one. More so than any Mario Kart game. Yeah, that's true. The whole there's blue employees and red employees, and you're like, okay, yeah, how realistic is that, really? I was kicked into the pizza. You all saw that. I wanted to hold on to it. Be a little, you know, economic with my healing. Oh, hello. This enemy is a lot. You heard you liked Elden Ring, kid, so we traveled back in time. I guess it would be more Sekiro, but... Does enemies just have a straight up death scream and... Oh, okay. Still, you have found the Technodrome. It is, you're standing in it. Didn't even have to fight it to get in like last time. Again, wouldn't mind if that rock soldier boss was either switched up or something different entirely. What happened there? Is that just a... It's a really cool design. I think they originated in the Mirage comics, they're like a defense. They're like little defense spots that the U-Trons deployed against humans, and I think their beams also didn't hurt. As in, they only stunned enemies. For those not familiar, the U-Trons are a thing that does not feature in every version of code. Like they were not really a thing in the 1980s cartoon, except that Krang is functionally a U-Tron, and in some incarnations is just a U-Tron. So same deal. Little dudes with a couple of tentacles, and usually Usually they inhabit robots, that they arrive from the stomach cavity. And in the original comics, they are they're the good guys. They're actually just aliens who really want to go home, and yeah, when their base basically becomes public knowledge, or at least the authorities realize something's up, and like the NYPD or maybe already the National Guard trying to breach the compound, these little robots deploy from the walls to hold them off. I think the whole thing is about them getting out with some kind of teleportation gate in time. Aww. They even did the super impressive animation and added some gameplay to it. Look at you growing up. Yeah, and then for the 80s cartoon, they adapted the idea with the Utroms into Krang. Krang obviously being a bad guy, and then the Utroms in the 2003 animation were basically like the 2003 animation is mostly very close to the original comics. So. And then in 2012, in the CG animated series, I believe there just were no Utroms, there were only the Krang, but there was multiples of them now. They kind of had a hive mind, but also kind of a leader entity. The leader Krang was voiced by Roseanne Barr, and no, I didn't dream this. These little guys also take entirely too long to destroy. Come on. Oh, I'm just gonna stay here and take it. Because once again, the reflexive jab by the boss is just really hard to dodge. Am I even hitting? Hitting the bastard? Anyway. Let's see how well they adapted my boy. I wanna say reasonably well. A little less adorable. The shading is a little confused on how there seems to be proper shading on Krang himself, but not so much the limbs of his robot. Maybe that's all to make him more, I don't know, make Krang proper look more goopy. I mean, if I had to describe Krang to someone who's not familiar with the old show, Grumpy Kirby would be sticky. Grumpy Kirby would probably be up there. I'm invincible. Lumpy Kirby. Oh yeah. Ooh. Same strange concept. Maybe a whole I'm gonna create duplicates of myself thing. It's just something Shredder did in one of the episodes. And here his katana is also a lightsaber, because why not? Fuck, did this just Did it kill me because I was out of energy, or did they implement an instant kill in a game where you couldn't just throw in unlimited quarters? Not that the instant kill was any better in the arcade, because, you know, quarters. Wow, yeah. Just straight up going for you lose a life, dude. I mean, he keeps talking. Yeah, real life turtles also look perpetually grumpy. Also, Shredder keeps talking about turtle soup, which is always really fucked up when you're talking about sentient beings, but hey. Same exact text. Yeah, no, this was a really solid adaptation, given what they had to work with hardware-wise, and the two levels and then your bosses and all that were certainly welcome additions. Yeah. No, they I already mentioned this was the game that also just really solidified the Turtles as an NES staple. The previous game, as we saw, has some issues. words are too similar. Like, it rhymes, but it's not particularly elegant. Yeah, so the fence about. I think I want to do Manhattan Project as a lead up to Rescue Prelusa at the end of our retrospective. So this is gonna move this one a little further down the line. Because I also don't know how long Rescue Palooza is, and if that's a game that's gonna be over in like 90 minutes, and then I don't have anything as backup. So yeah, look forward to a game that is similar but different. And this next time. Of course, Shredder will always be back. Next time, I'm gonna look at the Game Boy games, like on the original Game Boy, and that's gonna be something. The first two are, I can already tell you, are not super great, but then there is Radical Rescue, which is a bona fide Metroidvania with the turtles and decent animation for the Game Boy and all that. So, yeah. And after that, it's probably going to be Turtles in Time, and then Tournament Fighters, and so on and so forth. Yeah. Thank you all for watching. Again, bit of a shorter stream, but I'll try my very best. Make them more frequent again. I kind of wanted to do multiple streams last week, and then I ended up just doing one, but I'll be back tomorrow or Wednesday, I hope. And yeah, more turtles coming up then. Thanks for watching, everybody. If you liked what you saw and want to see more of my stuff, you can, as always, head over to the archive over on YouTube. So follow me here on Twitch or on Mastodon and Twitter. Just for, my day-to-day brain farts, but also stream alerts. And also have a tip jar over at Ko-fi.com if you ever support the stream with some money. Yeah, everyone, thanks for watching. Thanks for chatting. Thanks for lurking. I appreciate all of you being here, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.